Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Welcome back to the class of car racing game, advanced car racing game. There has been a wonderful classes which is going on with all the kids with the game development app. So this would be the last class with respect to the advanced car racing game, since we'll be completing it fully so that it will be fully fledged. Okay. So just going before to it, I would like to have and recap about it. And there were some of the doubts with the previous class with respect to the animation, the costumes which were had to be placed up. So I'll be clarifying those doubts as well as completing this today's class. Okay. Okay, so come on, welcome to the class where the advanced car racing game where you have seen a multiple cars to be an opponent's car, and we have an health kit, a human, a bomb, as well as with that petrol bunk and everything. So there are many. I'm presenting my screen now. I hope everyone are able to see my screen. So this coding we had started before previously, and we had ended till the giving the behaviors for each of the sprites. So we had completed this in the previous class video. So now coming back there, as I said, there are some of the problems which students are facing, and is with the costumes. So many of them have stated that the costumes is a problem where they are not getting an option of upload costume option as how I am getting it. Just a minute, it's loading up. I'll reshare my screen once again because I see there is just hanging in my system. Until it loads, let me say about the recap of the activity which we did. Okay, finally we have got it. So as in my screen, when you see it over here, when I say new costume, I get an option called upload image. So many of them are students are saying that they're not getting this upload image since there is an update. You can see only draw your own as well as the images like this. Sorry. The option of upload image is not available because there is an update from the Code ORG platform. This platform, the Code ORG platform, there is an update stating that for the student's account, there is no upload image option. So in such case, you cannot upload such images into our costumes. So what you can do is whatever the new costume you do, you search for relative images. Say if you say bunk, okay, it is not there. Petrol bunk, if it is there, then fine. We can search with the relative thing. I guess with the bomber, you can take from retro. Something would be relative to that. See in vehicles if you have a petrol bunk, because many of them have informed me that there is no petrol bunk available in the costume. I guess under all category, I mean all the category inside, you can see all the images. If you don't find particular, you can search to like it like this. And then still also, if you're not able to find, the only option is with the drawing them. Okay. So if I say new costume and you can say draw your own. So in such case, you should try something with drawing something like this. Where With freehand drawing, you can try to do the handlebar like this. Filling it with that yellow color. Let me see. Something looks like this with a petal mark, so you can use this kind of thing. But drawing your own thing first. So here you can see it has been drawn. It will not be exactly look like that. At least you can try to make it up. So that was the doubt with everyone. So you can try with that part. So as informed, we had completed with the behaviors. Now we'll be going on with the events. So what is events? When something touches the other things, what are the conditions which are followed? According to our rules, we'll be going on with each of the events. So what happens with our blue card? That is our player card. When it is touching human, what should happen? Our score should, we should end our game and our score will be decreased also because we are ending the game. I'm not showing the score over here. So you're removing a blue card and you show that blue card is out. And the score, if the score is less than zero, then you remove all the sprites. There is a condition to check what is your score also. If it is less than zero, then you remove all the sprites and say you lost the game. Blue card score is this much. If it is 10 or 20, whatever the score is, it will show what is the score. And it will show a makeover and then a start image again this would be displayed and make the score to -1 since you have touched the human. Okay, so that is with the blue card touching the human. Next, if the human is touching the bomb, there is a bomb, right? So when the human is touching the bomb, so whenever the human touches the bomb, this bomb will change to this costume, but it is repeating 3 times. That means once the human is touching the bomb, there is 3 bomb switches activated onto the screen. So when I say run and say start, okay, see here, as a human touched, you can observe that there is a bomb which is this has been changed to this. As a human touches, 3 bombs will be changed to that. 1, 2, 3. So like that, that is what is how it looks. Okay. Next, when the blue card is touching the opponent's card, that is our black card and the green card. What is happening when the blue card is touching? Your score should be decreased by 2. Say, for example, your score is 8. Well, each time you touch the opponent's card, it is decreasing by 2. So it becomes 6, 4, 2, 0, like that it goes. Okay. And as soon as your card is touching the opponent's card, it is jumping to random location. You know what happens? When my blue card is touching this any of the things, right? So you can see that those cars are jumping from here to here. Anywhere onto the screen they can come. Next is when the opponents are touching each other. That time the score doesn't change. It's only the location of any one of the car changes. Next thing, a petrol bunk. So once the petrol bunk, it has changed everywhere to the petrol bunk which I have gone. Then well done. So once the petrol bunk is being touched by the opponent's car, and again the petrol bunk is jumping to the random location. So it's just to mean that once the two objects, the two sprites are touching each other, then any one of the sprite will not be seen to us. So just to avoid that, any one of the sprite you're moving to the random location. So all of your sprites will be visible onto the screen. Okay. Then the next instruction says, once our player car is touching the petrol pump, my score should always increase by 2. And then when I touch the bomb, it's decreasing by 2. When I touch the health kit, it is increasing by 2. So here, one more thing just to add on is, it's not compulsory that you have to put the same images or the same instructions. You can say instead of the health kit, you can put some safety gears or something like that. And you're as you touch them, so you're getting some instruction and your score is increasing. So this way also you can make it advanced. Okay. And this one which I am showing you up with advanced car racing game, this is just not to create a car racing game. It's a simple game which I have shown. So with respect to this components, I mean concepts, when touches, that is event, creating behavior, how to create a sprites, and how to create a background, and how, when and where the images has to come and go. When you're removing it, when are you adding those, when are you giving the movements to them, that is behaviors, all is being thought into this. And there is another option called play sound. So this gives a sound to you. It is in with respect to the words in the world. Let me see. Yeah. In the world, we have play sound. Okay. So you can use this. So title screen, if you want a title on the top and the subtitle, both you use this. And if you want to hide the title, you use this. Okay. So that is what is up. You have many things, the text, and you have comments, many more are there. You can try with many blocks which you have. Events is nothing but when something is happening. Instead of touch, if you want to click and do something, you can do that. If someone gives answers, you can do that. At some time you want to display something, you can do that. So there are many events which are there with the Sprite Lab. So Sprite Lab is a very easy lab where you have almost everything ready with you. You just need to drag and drop, and the understanding part is also very useful. It is with normal English which this is. So what I prefer it, uh, before your exam, try to practice some other game creation by your own. Instead of just sitting on the car racing game, if you practice the same concepts with different games development, you'll understand better more on it. Okay? I hope everyone has understood. So just revising it. First, we set a background and create a start button. So once this is clicked, you're removing it and setting the two variables. What is variable is where your values can keep on changing. And the changed values will be stored into the variable name. Then I create the sprites with respect to their size, and I'm giving the behaviors here. So once I give behaviors, then according to my instructions of my game, I'm giving the game logic behind. So what happens when my blue car is touching the human, petrol bunk, bombers, and the health kit and the opponent's car? So what happens when I touch? That is the main thing which we are trying to do, right? So all those things are today's class which we have learned. I hope everyone has understood it and enjoyed a lot. Please try to do a different game which is possible by you by thinking on your own. So you can put these concepts and you may learn why is this being introduced. Instead of mugging up this after this, just try to use these concepts on your own with a new game which you develop. So it will be understandable for you. All right, then we'll meet you all in the next class. Until then, bye, take care, and practice well. Bye.